Jalen Hurts and Gardner Minshew have been splitting first-team reps this week at practice. And I don't care which one of them ends up starting. There is no excuse to lose to the Washington no names, no players, and no win. Dallas still stinks. You're by the way, King Dingbat here, and I hope everybody's having a great day. I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're hanging in there. So before we start this video, I gotta give a special message sent by my wife for yous people, okay? She said to make sure I give this to you. She wanted me to thank each and every one of you guys who wished her a happy birthday yesterday. There was a ton of people wishing her happy birthday in the comment section, DMs, all over the place, and she was really, really flattered. So she said, make sure you tell them I said thank you. Make sure you do it, or ain't no more matrimonial duties for a year. I said, for a year? For a year? And I started walking around like this. My legs are already feeling heavy. It's already, the plumbing's already clogged. What do you mean a year? I'll tell them whatever you want. So that's the message. Happy birthday, thank you, she said, all that good stuff. Now, I'm not thrown out for a year. Let's get it on. I'm sick. Anyways, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah. The Eagles, right? We were talking about the Eagles. I always get distracted with the matrimonial duties. But we were talking about the Eagles yesterday and how everything seems to be lining up perfectly for the Eagles to have a shot at making the playoffs. We have a late bye week, but it came at the perfect time. You've got, 4 games left, all divisional games. 3 are at home. 1 is on the road. You're not flying on an airplane anymore this year. So the Eagles have a lot of advantages, right? They have a lot of things going their way leading up to possibly making a run at a wild card. And it's not getting any worse. It's actually getting even better because you have 17 Washington no-names tested positive for you know what. You know what, and depending upon whether they had the you know what or not, they may be out this week. It all depends. And I hate saying the you know what. You know what I'm talking about. COVID. I don't care if people hear it. It's the truth. I ain't doing anything wrong. If they demonetize me, so be it. What can I do? It's the truth. But you have 17 guys have tested positive for COVID. That means a good majority are probably going to be out. And depending, like I said, they have different rules for different people. Okay, so if you're vaxxed, then you have to wait. You don't have to wait as long as if you're not. So who knows who's going to be out? I mean, this list is crazy. 17 guys. I've never even heard of that. Even Kyle Allen, the backup quarterback, Cam Sims, he's out. Jonathan Allen. There are a ton of guys out, and they already got injuries you have McLaurin, he's banged up, Gibson's banged up, Heineken, he should be good to go, but he's banged up. Washington is in a tough position, and I can't blame them. It's not their fault. It's just the way it goes. I really personally think, I'm going to say this, that the NFL should just scrap their whole rules where, if you had the jab, you're out this much time. If you haven't, you're out this much time. Whatever. It seems like everybody can get it regardless. So just have the same set of rules and make it easier for guys to come back and play quicker. But, what am I saying? That's what I think anyways. But it is what it is, right? Washington has 17 guys that could be out. And to me, there's no excuse. There is no excuse for the Eagles to lose this game. You can't lose a game like this when they're going to have possibly that many guys out. Guys like Jonathan Allen out. I mean, that's brutal, okay? So it's the Eagles have a real opportunity to get a win where they need one really bad at home, and making a push for the wild card. They got to take advantage of this. They got to take advantage of it. Now, we have Quez Watkins. He may not play because he tested positive also. It sounds like Miles Sanders is coming back. Sounds like Jordan Howard is coming back. And gosh, I can't wait to see that 1-2 combination. I mean, I've been waiting for that for a while since they kind of changed their offense to run more. And I think they're going to be very explosive. I think they're going to give Washington all sorts of problems. So they're going to be back. Now, as far as Jalen Hurts goes, it looks like he's trending to play. However, the Eagles have been splitting reps between him and Gardner Minshew. Now, they could just be doing that. I think it was a walkthrough today, and it could be no big deal. Or is Hurts a little more hurt than we might have thought? Going to be a very interesting question. Now, I don't think, regardless of who plays, the Eagles should lose this game. They should win this game. But you still got to go out and play. But, you know, it is interesting. I did see a video of Hurts walking into the NovaCare, and he was slightly limping still. So he may be more hurt than we thought. If Minshew has to go, he has to go. But what happens if he goes out and he plays very good? It's going to be very interesting to see what happens. But I think Hurts will probably play. Washington, who knows how many guys they're going to have out by the time this thing starts, because it looks like everybody on that team is catching it. And the only thing I really worry about it is I hate my team playing a team that is having an outbreak, because I don't want my guys to get sick. Okay, that's the only thing I'm fearful. I'm sure Dallas Cowboy fans got to be worried that their guys are going to start coming down with this. Hopefully it won't affect the Eagles that way, especially with these last 4 games. But Washington, bad break. I mean, it's just a bad break. I mean, I don't know how you can stop that. It sounds like they did everything they could. And from what I'm hearing, Washington's kind of like in shock right now. They just can't believe that this is happening and that many guys are testing positive. But it's been happening really throughout the whole league. So another big advantage for the Eagles. Of course, I would like to go out and beat Washington fully healthy and all those kind of things for competitive reasons. Sure, of course. But that's not the way it works. And they are down a lot of guys, and I don't see any excuse for the Eagles to lose this game, okay? Nick Sirianni had a press conference today. A couple people had a press conference. Did you guys see that Jason Kelce press conference? I mean, where he's talking about the Walter Payton Man of the Year being nominated, and then he started talking about Lane Johnson and everything he's been going through with his mental issues. My gosh, he starts crying, man. I'm telling you, that guy, how can anybody not like Jason Kelce? Like, how can you not like him? How can you not want to have him on your team? How can you not want to go to war next to that guy? That guy is awesome. One of the Eagles' greats, one of the great personalities. And we're lucky, man. We're lucky to have guys like that play for our team. Reggie White, you know, the Minister of Defense, Brian Dawkins. Those guys are awesome, man. And to me, Kelsey's a legend. I thought that press. I wasn't even going to talk about it, but it made such a. It was so emotional watching that. I got a little teary-eyed, because I could feel what he's saying, So that was awesome. Then you have Mr. Nick Sirianni, my cannoli in gabagool dishing outer. He comes out and he says something that I thought was very interesting. He says, DeVonta Smith is a go-to wide receiver. And my thoughts were this. Then why don't you go to him? Go to him. If he's your go-to wide receiver, then go to him. No way Jalen Reagor should ever have more catches than him. Ever. Okay? Or more catches, more thrown, more targets, whatever. Reagor drops the ball, so he doesn't have more catches. But he said DeVonta Smith is a go-to wide receiver. And I really think, and I have a whole theory on this, I think that what he was saying really was, I messed up. I haven't treated DeVonta Smith as the go-to wide receiver he is. But the first mistake in changing is to acknowledge it. And the hell is that, a big-ass truck? You hear that thing? Sounds like a tank. But anyways, that to me, the biggest thing for him to do is to acknowledge it. And I think that was his way of saying it. He wasn't going to come out and say, hey, you know what? DeVonta Smith, I made a mistake when I should have thrown more. I didn't treat him like a go-to wide receiver. He's said it before, but he hasn't really said it enough. But to come out and say he's a go-to wide receiver, I think that was all set up. I think it was a setup to send a message to DeVonta Smith to keep him happy and to let the Eagle fan base know we got this. We got this. So I think DeVonta Smith is going to have a monster game versus Washington, because I think that was an acknowledgement that DeVonta Smith is indeed a go-to wide receiver, and he hasn't used him right. That's how Nick Sirianni works. That's how he works. He doesn't just come out and say he's Mr. Inception. You ever watch the movie Inception? Right? Inception. He plants the seed in the minds. So by coming out and saying that, he planted the seed in the front office mind, in DeVonta Smith's mind, in Hurts and Minshew's mind, that he is the go-to wide receiver. And he's going to go out and he's going to use them. Hey, look, how do you think DeVonta Smith even landed in Philly? The only reason is because Nick Sirianni used Inception, which is a skill. All right? I know, because I almost was in that movie. All right? I tried out for it, but Denzel Washington, they didn't want me. So, that's because I look like Denzel Washington. So they went with Leonardo DiCaprio, you know what I mean? So anyways, Inception is Nick Sirianni's game. Inception is what he did by that. That was I'm telling you right now, that clearly was a message sent that DeVonta Smith is the go-to guy. We got to get him involved more. We will get him involved more. Front office better understand that's going to happen. Forget regular. It's all about DeVonta Smith. So to me, that was the message. We'll see if DeVonta Smith has a big game, but I'm predicting he's going to have over 130 yards receiving yards this week. Maybe a couple touchdowns, over 130 yards receiving. It's going to be awesome. We're going to be doing white rerun and everything. Can't wait. Dingbat clause this Sunday, by the way. So it's going to be very, very interesting. What the hell else did I want to talk about? I feel like there was something else I want to talk about, but I can't remember what it was. Don't remember. Anyways, I'm not the brightest guy in the world. You know what I mean? I'm kind of dumb. So, whatever. The Eagles, they're in a great situation this week. Cannot lose this game, regardless of Jalen Hurts playing or Gardner Minshew. Washington, they're decimated with these COVID-19 positive tests. They're decimated with this, and they're going to have a lot of guys out. They are going to have a lot of guys out. The only thing I'm really worried about is I don't want the Eagle players to get this after playing Washington. So we'll see what happens. In the meantime, I might be back later. With that said, take care. Talk to you later, of course. Don't be a dingbat. I think DeVonta Smith's going to have a big game. I think he's going to have a monster game. And you know what I want, right? First play of the game, right? Play action. Jalen Hurts back to pass. He pumps the Rager. Now he looks. Now he's going to go deep. DeVonta Smith caught at the 40, 30, 25, 10, touchdown. Eagles, that's what I want. 130 yards and a touchdown for DeVonta Smith this week or more. That's what I'm predicting. It's going to be fun. And speaking of fun, today I will be on Rambling Rio show, a Washington no-names content creator, great guy. I will put the link in the description so you guys can go check out that stream out. Should be fun. I don't know what he's thinking. I hope he ain't getting sick with his Washington team, because I think he's like the ambassador of the Washington no-name. So we'll see. But I'll be on there. Check me out later. With that said, Denzel Washington out.